Don't forget, coming up after us tonight, Marty Friel sitting in for Bredin once again, and he'll be keeping you company between 10 o'clock and 12. We welcome our final studio guest for this Monday night, and we say a big hello and great to see you to the band Bredin.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. so with James McIver, Paul Bredin, and I would say the band's named after yourself.
I'm taking all the glory here as well.
And Lauren Harrigan and Cathal Kelly, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming up. And I know some of you are here before because people's come in, you know, when you say I see their face before, but Cathal, you were up before.
I've been up before,
with
Spring Tides. Small Gods.
Aye. How's things?
All good.
All good. That's great. Right, and yourself, James?
Hello, how are you?
You weren't up here before, were
I
you?
was up here before.
Were you?
Yeah, with...
You didn't leave much of mark on? No, I'm 31. I'm only joking. Do you know why I say that? I have the world's worst memory, honest to God in heaven. There'll be people coming in and that's the same off. So you had you released an album.
That's right. We released the album just before Christmas.
And how did you find it?
Good. Yeah, it was good to go well on Spotify and whatnot, and just kind of pushing it out there just to see what the reaction was. And the whole plan was then try that for a while and maybe get on the road and start gigging then. That's the next plan.
You haven't officially gigged as such
No,
yet?
there was kind of a lot on this year. Just so we kind of...
With different projects and
different projects and stuff. Like James and the Eddies here, so he's kind of busy. Carol, Small Gods, he's busy. Lauren, a couple of bands on the go as well, so she's busy as well. And
I enjoy this couple of bands on the go.
Everyone's got bands on the go.
Something going on, Lauren, I'll tell you.
No, it's just been a busy year, so we said that maybe after this Highland show now we'd start getting things together now.
Brilliant. And tell me this, are you all based in Moville?
Yep.
Yeah.
Greencastle, yeah.
Greencastle, I will see.
They're still holding on
Yeah,
to
to get that
Greencastle
in.
thing, but, they love Moville.
It's okay. You don't want to mention Moville. That's all right. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, Paul and gang, if you don't mind. We'll go into a piece of music first, and the first track up first.
Yeah, it's called Sky Full of Kindness.
And is this your own?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that whenever you're ready.
Perfect. So long, I've wandered so long. If you and I would cross these paths again, who would you be? If you could choose, who would you be? If we stayed a little longer, we might see. Have you seen the face that lights up everyone? From the smallest step to the I'm not letting you go. And all I wanna do is stop you running to that flame. With all the broken pieces and when no one's left to blame.
Afraid now, always afraid now. What if we can't get back to where we were before?
Slow down, not ready to move on. Don't force me, I will get there on my own. Have you seen the face that lights up everyone? From the smallest step to the I'm not letting you go. And all I wanna sit down here, if I just sit down here and rest. Listen, listen. Smallest step to the I'm never letting you go. And all I wanna do is stop you running to that flame. With all the broken pieces and when no one's left to blame. I just sit down here, if I just sit down here and rest. Listen, listen. Listen, listen.
Wow, that was brilliant, absolutely beautiful song.
Oh, thank you
That's
very
my
much.
first time to hear that. But you know, sometimes you hear so. I followed the whole song right through. If that means anything to you, I followed the lyrics. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And with someone on here, what do we say? Can we hit that button there, Jimmy? There's a man wants to say hello.
All right, Jimmy. How's it going? I have you on loud and clear in the studio here. So give my regards to Mr. Bredin and company. Catch up for a cup, all right?
Good man. That's our good friend Gary Rimmond.
Ah, brilliant.
He said to
Good
say
man,
hello.
Gary.
And we've got another message here. It says, it's from James O'Donnell. Good man, James. And it
brilliant.
says that I'm tuned in here. We go back a long way with that crowd. James taught me my first instrument more than 40 years ago. Oh, sorry, 20 years ago. So there you go. Good man, James.
Cheers, James.
And Charles James and the Rise are good friends of our own, and they'll be up in a few weeks' time because they've a brand new song, and we just love the energy that they bring to us. So looking forward to that. Anyway, about yourselves, your harmonies is lovely. You linked in very well there. Have you been rehearsing for long, or what way do you work? Or
I kind of just threw you under the bus
Yeah,
a wee
I
bit,
was
didn't
gonna
I?
say.
It was we went into the album. I asked Lauren years ago would she do some songs with me or whatever, but obviously years had passed and COVID kicked in and everything else was pushed down the line, and so I said to her before Christmas, and she came up, and in fairness, like, she's made the songs a million times better, like, so.
are all the songs written by yourself, Paul?
Yeah, aye. I think so. There's wee bits and pieces, like, so there's songs. I know this is where it could get dodgy. No, there's been talking royalties. There's a couple in there definitely. The boys on it,
Royalties here. I hope that's
Hold
all
me
there.
accountable here.
No, that's right. How many songs are on the album?
There's 11 songs on the album now.
All original.
Yeah, all originals. Yeah,
You sound like a man who has a load of songs sitting there.
I do.
Have you started and finished and
Yeah, like
Go back to.
it was a whole last year of the whole process was recording, and geez, I must have written another 30 or 40, you know, while I was doing it type thing. So you're never getting to the end.
did you take advantage of that during the COVID, do you think? Or
Do you know what? I probably did the opposite. I probably stopped during COVID, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's busy with the furniture, easy.
Oh, right. Do you know, I heard the ads, I was wondering there.
So shoehorn that in.
Talk about a cheap ad. Hey there, plug for the business. Are you busy?
Aye, flat out there. Busy, yes. It's good at the moment.
First race sneak was nice, so they're buzzing.
Hey?
After the first race sneak.
Very good. Right, we're loving the music, we're loving the sound, and we're loving the plugs and all for the family business. But anyway, it's all good. We're going to take a quick ad break. We'll come back with another track.
Perfect.
What are you going to do first next?
Next song's called By My Side.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
After this break, don't go away.
Highland Radio. Your voice, your station.
throughout the Northwest and across the world online. This is Highland Radio. Your voice, your station. Highland Radio.
I remember sitting there on my bed. I remember everything that you said. The words they seem to echo.
Yeah, just play me up tonight, Johnny, and we'll come back to that song because that is the Hopeful Kind who were up with us last week, and we'll play that track before we go. Sometimes these buttons work for me, sometimes they just don't, you know. But I don't get too stressed over it. Anyway, we were talking about the album, Paul, and no, we'll talk more after this song. And this song is called what again? Sorry?
By My Side.
By My Side.
Yeah.
And what's the backbones of that song, if you don't mind me asking? Just
Of this song?
Yeah.
This one's just about togetherness, just about
okay,
trusting someone.
good.
Yeah.
Right, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. I am weak, only 'cause you said I was, and I'm weak for you. I am lost, that's all I said. All I need is you to understand. All said and done, you never left my side. Hard to believe when we look back and we're gone and gone and gone. Just be by my side. Always strong, we forged our own way through
Yeah. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, first class. The songs that you have on the album, Paul, was it a big decision to pick out of, did you write for the album, or did you go to your sort of back catalogue of stuff you've written? And
Yeah, I probably went to the back catalogue. We had, so there was 3 songs on the album that we worked on around 2014 that we really wanted to do. The boys were kind of tied up in, as I said, other projects, so I was kind of impatient and wanted to get on and get stuff done. So I kind of put them on too. And then obviously there was a couple of songs I was writing in the process that I really liked, so I wanted to put them on there and then. So there's a real mix of the next song that we're going to do was actually written in 2010, so it's on. And
you see when you go back to 2010, right, in that particular song, do you change it? Is there anything, or do you just go, no, that'll do? Or
you change it slightly, but I suppose the kind of influence on, well, from my part anyway, and back in the Pablo and Red days, we were kind of in the early 2000s. It was always bands like Pearl Jam and Nirvana, like a lot of 90s kind of stuff. We would Oasis thrown on there and stuff like that there. So
yeah,
because we've been playing with each other since.
We've been playing a long time.
We've been playing as a band since 2000 and, well,
both
these
of
two
you,
boys
James,
have been playing with each other. These two lads have been playing in a band since the 90s, and then the 3 of us have been playing in a band since about 2004, 2005. And then we go and do different bands, and we do different things, and I play in a wedding band and Cal plays in another band, and we were playing
cover bands on the go.
yeah. But we always come back and
We always come back to the originals.
What Cahill, yourself there now, I was going to say you've been running a bit, but no. What suits you? Is this like a? Is this I know it's a different style, but do you? What's your comfort sort of zone?
I enjoy the originals. I do enjoy them.
Aye.
Don't get me wrong. I love playing the covers. I love playing out. I love playing in bars and having a bit of crack and stuff. But the originals is where I enjoy. I like adding just wee bits of. I wouldn't put myself as a songwriter, but I'm definitely. I help.
I know what you mean.
I collaborate with the songwriter.
It makes things better.
Well, then obviously you see you're getting something from that sound, isn't it?
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, that's
Me and
good.
Paul's been on the same wavelength writing songs for years and years and years.
Is that right?
a long time.
Since the 90s, me and him's been together writing songs and never really did anything with it, just out of kind of laziness more than anything, really. But
do you
now
know
we're getting around to it.
but
25 years later.
But just that's why you said Pablo and Red earlier on, because that's
we
what
did,
it used to be called Pablo and Red.
We did an album in 2005 under the Pablo and Red things with it, and we actually did tour it around Ireland. It was brilliant. It was a great experience. But like anything, it didn't last, and we all got sucked back into the world of covers and whatnot and playing out, and just kept doing that and kept doing it. Always meant to do this on the side, but it just
and
just hard getting the time.
do you think if you're gigging now, is it for originals now?
Yeah. Big gig now before. Well, these boys have got their own things kind of going on, and I don't have anything going on. I used to be in the Eddies with James, so I don't do that anymore. So kind of want to press on with this now on the side.
I think myself, it's probably a nicer place to be because you're not under pressure. You know, and if do you know what I'm saying, Cal? To come back on the originals, I think you come back on a relaxed frame of mind.
Absolutely.
You know,
Come back on with a clean slate, nearly just
go
again. Yeah.
You know, and it's great. I love hearing originals. I just love the originals. They remind me of Snow Patrol. Someone says. There you go. Nice compliment.
That's a compliment.
Take that.
Paul, that's the best band I heard in a long time.
From Paul?
Do you
text him when
they're wrong. Their song tells a story. I heard every word and would listen at night, Mary. There you go. You see, and that's a nice compliment. You know what I mean? Because people are saying that that they're they're getting something. Let me see here. Carmel Lynch says, "Go Paul, no body hum." Mention Bredin's and House to Home Interiors. I know Carmel.
So you know Carmel.
And there's Madalena Cruz watching you live and clear inside Indianapolis. America. Nice. There you go. Thanks for tuning in Norway. Okay. But Lauren, and I'm not leaving you out by no means, but
I'm the quiet one, that's what.
Is your words, Lauren? No, I'm only joking. Come here. What projects are you involved in?
Oh, a bit of everything. I just can't say no. But yeah, we have our own kind of pop rock kind of band going at the minute. So we're flat out with that now over the summer. Just,
is that right?
Yeah. Just trying to do songs that you don't really hear. I think we all get sucked into the common songs that everyone's doing. So we try to go outside the box, but still doing covers.
Very good.
Yeah, so,
very good.
Yeah,
that's a good idea too. Like you know what I mean. Gives a bit of breath of fresh air to it as well. Excuse me. Where was the album done, Paul? Where did you do the album?
I did it on Blast Furnace up in Derry.
Aye.
With Rory.
Aye.
Yeah. So, as I say, it took the whole year. Started in January last year and finished at the end of October, and then took a while to get it mastered and mixed and all that.
And I always ask this, you know, when you went into the recording studio or you had produced, did they, what you walked in with and what came out, was there much of a difference? You know, was there anything added to it? Or
well, a lot of the songs, a lot of the songs would have changed a bit, like, because obviously I would have been going on my own, and then Lauren came in later. But Rory would have helped out with a lot. We would have brought a lot of musicians in at the time, you know, so drummers and piano players and whatnot. And Seamus Devaney, I don't know if he's probably been up on the show before he came in. Seamus did fiddle on it, did a lot of Bredin fiddle on it as well, like so we did. So
where can people get the album?
So it's on all major streaming sites, so it's Apple Music and Spotify and
it's
YouTube
called Burning.
It's called Burning. The album's called Burning. Yeah.
Brilliant. And one more question just before we go into the final piece of music. When you songwrite, are they personal in a sense that it's a place where you are at that particular time, or is it just random things that you write? You know, a lot of people would write maybe different things going on in their life and they write about that, and everybody's different. What would your style be? Is it just?
Well, it's funny how the things come on with age, like, you know, when the subjects obviously change. But it's pretty much whatever you're kind of feeling at the time, or maybe someone you know has passed or something. That'll give you inspiration for something, or something just happened in your day will give you inspiration. But I would do a lot of like wee clips and stuff, so I might get a verse straight away and I'd have that. I'll come back to it later, put a chorus to it.
You do a lot of winging it as well, though. You would kind of write bits and pieces and drop it and come back to it and that kind of stuff. So.
I've always phones are full of like
they're full of little clips and stuff
over the years, like, you know,
because I've always been very like melody driven. Like I just love melodies, I love writing melodies. So the lyrics will come afterwards, and then I'll sit down then. And
every songwriter's got a different sort of style and story to how it's done. I'm always intrigued by it, you know, and brilliant to hear. The final track. You're not gigging now at the minute, but you're getting ready.
That's the plan. We're getting
ready. And people will get in touch with you through.
Through email or through. I think you can access us through. There's an online
warehouse, couldn't you?
Well, that's it.
Ring me at the house.
That's it. This is good.
No, I get what you're saying, and you know, there's no reason why you can't be up here. The songwriting's excellent, like it is, and I'm not just saying it because you're sitting in front of me, like, but it really, really is. It's very easy to listen to, and as that message said, you can follow every word in that. Which is important too, you know. And right, the final track
is called The Dark.
The Dark.
Yes.
And this is from the album Burning.
Yeah, this is one probably has done the best as far as streams. You know, it's got the highest streams or whatever, so there seems to be a good reaction to this one.
Isn't it great how you can know? I always say, you know, Spotify and that have their there's a negative side to it too, but there's a lot of these platforms you can actually see where your music being streamed or listened to, you know, and stuff like this. It's kind of good too, you know, geographically.
Which
like
one's hitting the best? Which one's doing the most?
You know, it's interesting. You're not going to make no money out of that, like, but you know.
Yeah, it's nice to look at. We're massive in Finland.
Well, that's the place to go. Why is that? I don't understand what you're saying.
It must be. The lyrics mustn't matter.
No, it's like, come here. We'd love to hear this, The Dark, whenever you're ready.
Brilliant.
2, 1.
Sign on the wall stating you don't belong. Grandma's face, 7 pace where the owner resides. Couldn't be all the things that he hoped that he'd be. So instead gives you grief and yet you think you belong. you belong. Empty seats, tired beats emanate from the hall. Crowded in, not far from sin. Ladies dance to the wall. There's a tap from the helpless tap, not to get too excited. So instead, with all this grief, how can we get too excited? No one gets too excited. And I broke this one up for me. One of my coldest memories. I remember the dark, 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 I remember the dark. There's a smile on his face stating this is his place. Let me in, a troubled teen with guilt on my face. Darkened corners full of rollers with the trick and the greed. Set you up, now it's gone, we all remember the dark. Remember the dark. And I brought this one up for me. One of my coldest memories. I remember the dark, 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 I remember the dark. And I brought this one up for me. One of my coldest memories. I remember the dark, 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 I remember the dark. I remember the dark, 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 I remember the dark.
Wow, brilliant.
Thanks very
That's
much.
The Dark, and that's from an album called Burning, and it's the latest album from Bredin and James McIver, Paul Bredin, Lauren Harkin, and Cathal Kelly. It's been an absolute delight, and thanks very much
Thanks very
indeed.
much for having us, Paul.
And the door's open. Any other music, get it up to us, and